Hi, I'm Greg Dell, and today I'm here with Jessup, and we are going to talk about chronic pain and how it relates to disability insurance claims. Now, Steve, just about every single disability claim we have involves some aspect of chronic pain. So while chronic pain in itself can be a diagnosis, it's usually secondary to whatever the underlying medical condition is. But you and I know, especially from recently, from talking to some physicians, especially some physiatrists who focus on physical medicine and rehabilitation, that chronic pain is also becoming almost like, I don't want to call it a psychiatric condition, but it's creating like nervous disorders and psychiatric ailments where the person is more sensitive to what's going on. How are you seeing how those kinds of studies that are coming out about chronic pain and the psychiatric effects of having chronic pain are relating to short-term and long-term disability claims?
Well, I think one of the biggest thing is always going to be is it going to lump your claim into the 2-year limitation for mental health if it has it. What a lot of the research is kind of starting to indicate is that there's biophysical changes within the body. So if you have a chronic pain condition, there can actually be changes and adjustments to your nervous system that makes you more sensitive to pain. Obviously, they also think that it also is related to the way you process pain mentally. So some people who, we have our clients who, no matter how ill they are, they're like, I'm going to keep trying, keep doing. And then you have other clients who, it's almost like they give up. They admit defeat, and then you see an increased spiral of, symptoms and conditions and problems that go on. So it's that mental processing as well that's kind of attributing to it. And I think that'll be, definitely on the insurance company's radar. I know the DSM-5 is supposed to address pain-related mental health conditions. So are the insurance companies going to try to lump you towards that, or are we going to start to see even more limitations written in the policies for what they consider self-report symptom conditions or neuromusculoskeletal medical conditions?
Right. I think the tough part comes when you have someone who has a chronic pain condition, but you don't know exactly what's causing it because of the fact that they may have fibromyalgia, they may have lupus, they may have some of the other conditions that aren't necessarily any guaranteed test as to what's causing it. So then what the disability carriers try to say is, well, we don't dispute necessarily that you're having pain, but we don't know the etiology, we don't know what's causing it, and because of that, we're going to say you have a psychiatric condition and not a physical condition.
Or how many times have you seen where the doctors are still trying to get the diagnosis? You'll see a denial of benefits, and unfortunately sometimes when the person goes and files their own appeal, there's usually a quick turnaround that comes in the denial, and it's only a little later do they get an actual diagnosis. Well, if that final denial's come through, we can't even use that diagnosis. So this idea of trying to even come to an idea of what's causing it, I think the insurance companies are using that to their advantage in denying claims as well.
I think the other issue that becomes a problem when you're dealing with the chronic pain is, how do you measure pain? There's no machine that says, yeah, this person has a 5 out of 10, this person has an 80 out of 100. So pain is subjective, no matter what.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, if someone's laying there with a bone that's coming out of their skin, we're going to assume they're in pain. But when we see a lot of claim denials that come about because of video surveillance, and they go, oh, well, we saw you shopping, we saw you driving your car, we saw you pumping gas, we saw you take your kid to school, you didn't look like you were in pain, but
what's pain look like?
Right. How do they know what the person... And the other thing is, how many clients are taking tremendous pain medications and the side effects of those? So yeah, someone goes out, they're like, yeah, I took 2 Oxycontins and a Percocet before I went out. I was able to manage my pain. So those are big issues that are coming up every day on our claims. Is, yeah, someone has pain, but it doesn't mean they can't function at all. They just can't function for the with at least 4 hours a day or 8 hours a day to do their job continuously. So that's a big problem. So I think what we wanted to get across is that chronic pain touches just about every single claim that we do, and that if you're experiencing a long-term or short-term disability claim, a chronic pain diagnosis should be something that you consider as part of your claim. And if you don't have an exact diagnosis yet for your claim, but you're experiencing pain, that's another thing you have to discuss with your doctors, and you got to work to get to a firm diagnosis to at least have a reasonable basis for the pain. Give us a call at any time to discuss your claim, whether it's application, ongoing claim handling, or you've been denied. We're happy to discuss your claim with you, and we'll let you know right away if we can help you.